the trail, the PCT, heading out of Echo Lakes. Once again, heading for Lake of the Woods. You might be wondering why I'm going to Lake of the Woods since I just did that last fall. I got my reasons. I'll tell you later. It's smoky up here. Not as bad as it has been in the past few days, but it's a lot better now. It's not hurting the lungs much. But it's kind of hard to tell what's going on over there. I heard a thunder bumper, but I know there's smoke, so the haziness is more smoke than anything else. I might get an afternoon thunder shower today. And you know what? I did not prepare for that. I was on this trail last year, thoroughly expecting to get rained upon, and I got rained upon like crazy. But since I was expecting it, I brought everything I had for rain protection. This time I don't have my umbrella, which is the one thing I want most of all if it's raining. But I brought my poncho and my rain skirt. That should be good enough. I've never used the poncho in the rain, and I've never hiked with the poncho in the rain. Coming up to a steep exposed part, I really don't want to get rained on before I get to camp. And I think there's a good chance I will not get rained on before I get to camp, because the rain's pretty far away. Straight ahead of me is clear blue sky, and that's the direction I'm going. So I'm running away from whatever storm there is, and it's just barely enough cloud structure for there to be an afternoon thunder shower, kind of like the good old days. I swear a lot of the time when I was hiking, I'd hike for 3 or 4 hours, I'd get to camp, it would rain for 2 hours, and then I was all ready for the night. But I usually managed to get to camp before it rained, and that would be nice today, because I got my super rain structure with me, my 6 Moon Design Haven Cuban fiber. I've only used it a couple times, and I think I got it figured out now. It's a nice tent. It's very good for rain. It's not freestanding, and it needs good dirt for inserting tent stakes, which is a problem up here. But where I'm going, that should not be a problem. Where I'm hoping to camp, that is. You never know. Anyway, oh yeah, one more note. I'm doing a lot better this time than in recent years, because I did an experiment on the Lover's Leap Trail. I decided that I was gonna take that trail, and instead of doing what I usually do, which is go as fast as I can without stopping, there's almost no pace I can go without stopping. For that trail, I just went really slow to see if I could go the whole length without stopping. And I almost did it. I came pretty close. I stopped for a drink of water, stopped to take a picture. But today, I started slowly, really slow. On top of that, I, for the first time ever, intentionally drank a full liter of water before getting on the trail. I've been meaning to do that. I try, and I fail. I drank a whole liter of smart water before I hit the trail. And I ate 1.5 Egg McMuffins. I mean, 1,200 calories or so. I just downed it. So I am fortified. And you know what? I didn't get a lot of sleep. So, I mean, I got very little sleep. Usually, in these conditions, I'm dying. And I'm not dying right now. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to continue slow. I am approaching the most exposed part, so I hope it'll get rained on, or the sun comes out. Here I am wishing for clouds, but not too many clouds. It's also been blissfully cloudy on the route so far, with a cool breeze. I'm barely sweating, which is nice, because it's kind of humid, of course. So here we go. Well, the sun's kind of popping through the clouds, and I decided I'm just take a little break here, drink some water, get some sugar in me and such. Things are going just fine, but I don't like hiking in the sun. And so far today, I'm heading west, and so are the clouds. It's like every time the sun comes out, the clouds catch up a few minutes later. So, yeah, looks like it's happening again. So for these few minutes, I'm going to eat a little bit and stay out of the sun. Hoping conditions are almost ideal. It's a few degrees warmer than I would like. It's a little more humid than I would like. But if the sun isn't shining on me directly and there's a little breeze, I'm okay. There's a lot of thunder sounds coming from Echo Summit area. All the people leaving are asking me if I know if the water taxi is going to run during a thunderstorm. I don't know. Doesn't seem likely. That's something I wasn't thinking about. So maybe I should take this opportunity to pull my poncho out of the pack to a place closer, more accessible. Because it looks like there's at least a 50-50 chance that I'm going to be hiking in the rain. I'm on the first switchback. There's about 3 or 4 of them, I can't remember. And this is the big exposed part here, so I'm not going to be all sunny, but I'm hearing drops falling, so I'm going to pull the poncho out. Drink up some more water because I'm beginning to wind down. I'm getting thirsty, just feeling slower. My thighs are starting to rebel. The fact that I'm completely out of shape and threw a pack on and started hiking is beginning to be pretty evident. So I better put this away and get ready for possible storm, possible first time hiking in the big poncho. The poncho that goes over my head, over the pack, over everything. So we'll see what that's like. I mean, hopefully we won't, but yeah. Gotta be ready though, right? Okay, here we go. What a great day of hiking here. Man, I got lucky. I'm hoping for more luck today. But had a fun trip across the lake. Got reacquainted with the boat driver, who was this young girl that I had long conversations with last time she took me across the lake, and she was really fun, and she was again. And there was a family of 5 on their way up. I had a good time chatting with them. And there was a solo guy, maybe late 30s, mid 30s, first time backpacking ever. First time solo, first time everything. His pack was 50 pounds. He's going to Lake Aloha, he'll make it. But we talked a lot along the way, and he asked for a lot of pointers, and I gave him as much as I could. Oh, it's my friend Pyramid Peak again. We're old buddies, but we don't see much of each other anymore. You know how it is. Hearing some thunder behind me again. It's cloudy above me. Doesn't look like it's raining, but it could start at any moment. I think I got a half an hour, which is perfect. Assuming I get my camp spot. I really want this particular camp spot. And you know, that's kind of risky at Lake of the Woods because it's restricted camping. You're only allowed to camp in specific sites. There's only 7 sites, I think, in all of Lake of the Woods. And if you don't get one of them, you gotta go someplace else. Or camp, what is it, 200, 300? I think it's 300 feet away from the shore. There's nothing 300 feet away from the shore. Water droplet, 2 water droplets just hit me. Here comes a bunch of water droplets. I'm gonna make for those trees and see if I need to pull up my poncho. Luckily, it's breezy. It's 68 degrees. There's no sun shining. I'm gonna put on the poncho just because I don't want to get wet. And I might get wet if I don't. I'm in camp. Things did not go as I expected today. I expected to be dying as I was hiking. I expected to be hot in the sun most of the day. I didn't expect it to rain. The weather report said 20% chance of rain, 0 for the next days. And in the past, that has always meant it's not going to rain. So I didn't bring a lot of rain gear. I brought my poncho, and I wore it today for the first time ever in the rain. And if that's all you want to bring, it's a pretty good thing, but it worked out fine for me. I put it on at the apex of the Lake of the Woods trail, so I was going downhill with it on, not going uphill. And it was quite cool and breezy and drizzly. It was going under 70 degrees at that point. So actually it didn't rain much as I was hiking, and it warmed me up a little too warm, but I would have been pretty chilly because my shirt was all sweaty, and breezes were kicking up, and it was, the sun was gone, and it could have been chilly, which, I'm okay with most of the time. So, you hear that? It's rain. I actually did what this thing is designed to do, which is set it up and then get under it, and then bring your stuff under it. I haven't set up the net tent yet. I just was kind of excited to get to this stage. I love this tent. I mean, it is great for this situation. It's very large and comfortable. It's really bulletproof in a serious storm. But I have not figured out how to set it up fast. It's way harder than a freestanding tent, that's for sure. It's just going to take experience, this is not a weather system. This is an afternoon thunder shower that hasn't really started booming yet, and it may not. It may just fizzle out. So it's not going to be a big deal. I'm not setting up for it to rain all night or anything. These storms always clear up by sunset. Always. Always, always. By dark, I guarantee you'll be seeing stars tonight. Guarantee. It might even be a really awesome sunset. That's also entirely possible. First time I camped at Lake of the Woods, I was planning to camp at Lake Aloha, coming from Dix Pass, I think. And when I got to Lake Aloha, it was looking seriously stormy, frighteningly stormy. I just did not want to be up there for that, so I decided to come down to Lake of the Woods here, which was conveniently located, it's very close, and much more sheltered than Lake Aloha. And it didn't happen. The storm did not happen. It was howling winds, scary clouds, all that, and it was all gone by sunset. It was a beautiful, beautiful evening. Anyway, I'm going to get out in the drizzles and start doing some work here. All right, I'll be back. Probably not going to be able to see much, but I'll try to show you something of how it's done. The smell of brand new tent. Nifty, huh? Very good. Well, here I am in camp. Done with all my work. I guess I have to give you a tour. It was raining as I was setting up my tent, and the rain just was slowly getting more and more fierce. I can't call it fierce, it was just drizzling, but I'm in these dense trees here, and at first I wasn't getting wet at all, and then it started coming through the trees, and then it just started coming down more and more and more and more, and I'm looking around. I'm thinking, okay, I got my poncho here. I'm going to set that up as a tarp like I did at the last time that I was here and it was raining. And as I was setting that up, it stopped raining. And it doesn't look like we're out of the woods yet, but timing kind of suggests that we are. A typical thunderstorm will knock itself out an hour before sunset, maybe two, and that's now. So, and you can see clearer skies on the horizon. It's still dark up above, but it just tends to break up. So, not worried about that. Although I am ready. I didn't come ready for a big storm, but I came with enough. I had a poncho and I got a tent that'll keep me really dry, and a rain skirt, which seems like too much with a poncho. If it was really coming down, I would have used it though. Anyway, here is camp. There is the lovely Haven tent, all set up, not perfectly, but pretty good. And here's that's the Go Light um, poncho that doubles as a shelter. I am not going to use that as a shelter because I need more than that. But hell, if in a pinch, that will cover you, while you're cowboy camping somewhere. And this is my lovely campsite. This is a great old classic campsite. Um, when I came here last year and wandered around, I was making note of all the classic campsites that are closed, and the ones that you're allowed to camp at, which aren't very exciting. And I came to this one down below. It's just an easier way to get down here, down the shore. It's a classic old campsite. Look at all this nice flat space here. And of course, there was a big fire pit down here once upon a time. Oh, it would have been nice, eh? And last time I was here, I came from that direction on that little trail there, and I was looking around thinking, oh, what a glorious place. And of course, there's no camping allowed here anymore. And then I went up here and saw the 4x4 post that tells you this is a designated campsite. I was stunned. And I thought, one day I want to come and camp here. And so here I am. This is my little kitchen zone. It's a nice flat rock here. I'll bring my chair over here. Really good hanging job here. Okay, anyway, it's, I don't know, it's getting close to 6 o'clock. I've done everything I need to do, and then some, putting up an extra tarp, got extra clothes on, all that fun stuff. Okay, but now I'm going to sit down in my chair and kick up some food and start relaxing a little bit. A little bit of sun coming out, a little bit. I got food steeping and I'm just relaxing. Wow, looks like I'm in a tent. I am not in a tent. I'm under a lean-to, kind of set up with my tarp. I just wanted to see if this was actually good enough to protect me if it should start raining like crazy. And it is. It's kind of loud here. I mean, this is Lake of the Woods. This is a popular place, and I'm pretty lucky that I got the very tent spot that I wanted. And I've got the campsite that I want, and it's nice and peaceful over here. These 3 campsites on this peninsula are well spaced. Plenty of room. Yeah, this is going to be... I can't believe how good things are going right now. I was afraid of... Sorry, I haven't gotten into this yet. I had a hard time after that last hike to Loon Lake. After that, the idea was to go right back into the mountains since I got in shape from a couple of days of hiking, but it was so hot. I just couldn't handle it. I can't handle it up here when it's hot. And when it's hot up here, it's even hotter down there. And I can't exercise when it's hot. And I was getting flabbier and flabbier. And my back went out, hip was giving me problems. I think I might have a bit of a cold here or there. And then these gigantic fires filled the Sacramento Valley with smoke. It's been grim. I did take this hike up to Lover's Leap just to stretch my legs out and see what it looks like up here, and I was disappointed that it was pretty damn smoky. Often the mountains are above the smoke, but there was so much smoke from those fires that it was just everywhere. But the heat picked up again, and I just couldn't go up here. I couldn't go. I hate. I just. I am really uncomfortable in hot, blazing sun with a backpack on going uphill. It just kills me. And I'm old, and I'm overweight, and I'm in bad shape. I have a right to feel bad when I do that. Um, and then I'm thinking, oh man, am I getting too old for this? Because I'm waiting for just the perfect moment. And um, speaking of perfect moments, that's my alarm. What's my phone doing over there? Anyway, this day has gone so much better than I possibly could have hoped. I was actually thinking about um, worst case, scenarios. What could happen on this trip? And I might just bonk and not be able to. I might want to leave. It get too hot. Um, I was really worried. I got to get my feet wet. I got to just get started. And now I'm going to be good for the rest of the season. I'm having a good experience here. I've learned that drinking a lot and eating a lot before you hit the trail makes a huge difference. I have to do that. I have to stay hydrated. So I'm going to guzzle plenty tonight. I don't want to go to bed dehydrated, so I'm going to stay on that. Okay, now I'm going to eat. All right, enough babbling for the moment. Great night at Lake of the Woods. 6:30, quarter to 7, something like that. It's beautiful out here. The sun is coming out, as I often predict. It is, well, take a look at the sky here. It's just a bit cloudy, hazy. It's not threatening rain anymore. There's a little bit of sunlight on the other side of the lake. I got mountains behind me, so I'm not going to be seeing any sun no matter what. But this is my view for eating dinner. Not bad, huh? The sound of wild coyotes. I'm sitting on a rock right on the water. It's got a nice panorama of the lake here. Evening is beautiful. I think that was a bat that just flew by. It's that hour. Don't have my glasses on. It's a perfect night. It's a perfect trip so far. I forgot a couple of really, really minor things. I don't like to forget anything, so that always bothers me, but minor things is okay. Wolfed down a mountain house beef stew, single serving, having some gorp featuring caramel M&Ms for dessert. And the body feels really good. I mean, much better than usual after a first day hike coming up from 0 elevation to 8,000 feet and start hiking, or whatever it is, at 7,300 feet at Echo Lakes. Chugging a bunch of water, downing a bunch of food, and walking really slow. I'm not sure how long it took me to get here, but going slow was something I actively worked on. When I was a kid, it felt good to go as fast as you can go, as long as you didn't need to stop. And I've always kept trying to do that, but going at any speed, um, at some point I have to stop. So I was just trying to go real nice and slow and just trying to keep going, and I pretty much did that. I went a lot farther without breaks than usual. It's a nice place. Water access could be nicer. Water is warm, and that's coming from a mountain lake sissy here. Just doing my laundry, doing my washing. Um, it was cold at first, and then it wasn't so cold. And then the last bit of washing, it felt, putting my hands in, it felt warm. Honestly warm. Because the air was cool, and it was getting breezy, so the water was feeling warmer. But it must be just about peak. Where are we? August 12th? 13th? 14th. It's August 14th. um, yeah, I think the lake is about as warm as it's going to get. So maybe I'll get into it. I don't know. Things are looking pretty here. That looks pretty to me. Well, here I am under my little tarp here. I remember when I used it last year, I had a bigger tarp, um, but it was raining and I needed the tarp helped. But the rain stopped after the first day, and I left the tarp up because rain might come anyway. But I noticed in the evening it felt kind of nice being under something. It felt kind of like you were inside, and beyond the covering was outside, even though it was open on all sides. So I thought I would relocate to here. See what it's like. So it's got hanging lights. It's got a little table here. It's got this overhead. So I think I'm just going to put on a podcast and just kind of hang out and get to bed early, of course. But it's pretty cool here tonight. It's loud. I mean, it's not loud, but there's a lot of voices here and there. Clanking kitchenware and stuff. Mostly from the Grand Central Station site across the lake. My neighbors here, after a bit of noise, got pretty darn quiet pretty fast. Well, I'm cozy in the tent here. I just, my text to my sister just got sent. At least I think that's what that sound was. I don't have much to say here. I've already said what a great day I've had. And it's a very calm evening. Patchy clouds, a little bit of clear skies, but not a lot of star viewing. It's fairly warm. It's around 60 degrees, so I should be pretty comfy tonight. Pretty tired. Go to sleep here. Close my eyes and go to sleep. That's the plan. See how it goes. See you in the morning. Oh, good morning. It's a beautiful day. A little bit of hazy cloud, a little bit of breeze, a little bit of sun. Doesn't appear to be too smoky though. No, it's definitely hazy up there. Again, I didn't sleep. I did not sleep. My tent is not on very flat ground, and that doesn't bother me, but it bothers my tent a lot. Or my pad slips every time I move. Every time I reposition myself, my pad would slip downhill, and more than a dozen times, I was shoved up against the wall of the tent, and I had to move it. And I don't know why, it was comfortable, great temperature. I really enjoyed the open um, quilt um, on the nice big pad. Felt like a bed, felt comfortable. I just couldn't sleep. Rearrange things for tonight and give it another try. But because I didn't get any sleep, I'm definitely not going to relocate. I might take a little hike, but not much more than that. Okay, I gotta do some stuff. Well, the morning's going pretty well so far. I had a nice poop walk up the hill there. Followed an old trail that goes over to the Desolation Valley over there. And I was really close to the other trail at some point. Let's see here. The party of 5 is moving out. Party of 2, I can see their tent from here. I think I saw them hiking out, but I guess I'll be back later. I'm really wanting to get over to American Lake and such. It's really close, and I realized that I haven't been on that trail segment that goes from here to the southeast corner of Lake Aloha. So that'll be blazing a little bit of new ground. And I want to go down, the route that I take should get me to American Lake, right in the middle of the lake. And then I want to go downstream, check out the camping possibilities in American Lake. And there's a channel lake below that and a nameless lake. I want to get to all those. I'm not sure I will. I want to look for creekside camping too. And there's a bunch of little tiny lakelets, and I'll be passing a couple of them. I want to see what they look like. Finding a place to camp that's really nice and doesn't have a name on it would be a score. That's one thing I want to do here. I just want to do some trailblazing for campsites in the future. Well, reconnaissance, I guess is a better word. I'm on the trail, headed over to American Lake. This is the actual trail here. And the trail comes up on the left of this ravine here. On the other side of the ravine, I believe, is an old piece of trail. That's where I hiked up to do my poop walk this morning. And it looks like right here, this is where it traverses over. So I'll go back that way. It goes right through there and then down steeply, very steeply. It's an old trail. The old trails are pretty darn steep. I'm feeling all right, feeling hot, but there's a nice breeze blowing. The clouds don't look very threatening, now that I'm up a little higher. Might have a little shower at 4 o'clock or so, but that seems unlikely. All right, up we go. This is the junction with the trail that comes straight from Echo Lakes that bypasses Lake of the Woods. That is the shortcut to Lake Aloha for people wanting to go to Lake Aloha. And American Lake is that way. Now, looking at the map, I wasn't expecting to see all these trees, but that's the direction I want to go, so I'm going to go that way, see what happens. I suspect I will find a trail, because, man, a lot of people have got to want to be doing this from here. I'll see. It might be too dense over there, and then I'll just take the trail down, but I'm going to give this a try. Yep. Indeed, I just went past those trees that I was pointing at with my camera, and I'm seeing a bit of a trail here, and there is Pyramid Peak. And the route that I want to go, the way that I want to go, is a straight beeline from that junction to Pyramid Peak, so that's a pretty good landmark there for me to follow. Can't quite miss that anywhere around here. Well, off I go. Oh, I'm at this little tarn here, still on the path to American Lake. My first problem was that I was aiming to cross in between these two lakes that had on the map there was a creek in between the two, maybe only 100 feet long. That looked like it might be a really good place to stay. But it is not a creek. It's not two lakes. It's one lake joined by a channel that was 10 to 15 feet wide and 6 feet deep. The map is wrong. But so I'm still headed to American Lake. I'm feeling tired. I don't feel that good, so I'm a little worried about biting off more than I can chew because I've got to go uphill on the way back. Hey, that's life. But I'm enjoying this. There's another little lake with a couple islands, well, rather large lake with a couple islands up ahead, and I'm curious to see what that looks like. There's no inlet on the maps at least, but I still think it could be a good camp spot. Camping all around those two lakes that I mentioned, those first two lakes, good camping. There's good camping out here. You can find a nice, quiet little place, I think, if you wanted to wander around out here. Just bring a GPS. Really helps. All right, off I go. Well, this is the top lobe of Channel Lake. I'm almost to American Lake. It is just on the other side of these boulders. I'm going to try to find a trail through there. It's a little discouraging. My plan was to hike through here with the GPS, going from lake to lake, going in between the lakes. What I'm finding though is that there are a lot of lakes, or there's a lot of water out here that's not on the map. Things are just different on the map than in real life. This is the lake that I mentioned with islands on it. It's pretty shallow. I saw a little bit of camping here and there. But you know, it's certainly fine for filtering or boiling and drinking. But hell, it's pretty, isn't it? It would be fun to hang out here. Really, it's probably a good swimming hole, maybe good fishing. I don't know. Islands to swim to. Looks like another channel. See, the problem is here that there's so many bodies of water to go around, and that's I was thinking having a GPS is really cool because I've hiked around here before, and you're constantly going around bodies of water. And I thought, hey, getting a God's eye view and actually seeing the bodies of water would be very helpful, but God is in error. Okay, I guess I'll just hop over that low point there and see what I see. I've changed my plan. I'm not going to go downstream and around because I'm pretty far away. I want to start heading back, and I'm just going to go north. Wow, that's interesting. North on American Lake, and find the trail and just walk back on the trail. This is spiffy here. These little insects floating around are reflecting the water, the sun just right. You probably can't see it. How about over here? Weird. Alright, let's go. Oh yeah. This is why I went on this trek here, to find these places. Actually, I've been here before. I just don't remember every detail about every place I've been. This is a treacherous walk. This is a tiny little lake just below American Lake. And I remember this waterway here was really cool between American Lake and Channel Lake. I don't remember seeing any campsites there, but that's one thing I wanted to check out today. However, I don't want to go that way. I want to wrap this thing up because I'm in pretty bad shape. I'm feeling okay now, but I don't want to going down the waterway would mean going back to my camp via cross-country hikes and more route finding, which is uncertain. Don't know how long it's going to take. But if I go north from American Lake, I can hop on the trail. It really is kind of long and going the wrong way, but it's a fun trail. Here's beautiful American Lake. Beautiful Pyramid Peak. Of course, above that ridge and on the other side is Pyramid Lake. And, oh, there's the dam. I didn't realize I was so close. Huh. Well, that's good. I've got to figure out how to get back. I'm really tired. My leg muscles are beginning to burn. Yeah, I'm just worn down, you know. You can't go very hard with no sleep. And I didn't eat much today, but I'm glad I downed one of those bobo bars with my coffee for breakfast today. That was satisfying. And, you know, not as good as a couple Egg McMuffins, but pretty darn good. But I need some food. I've been kind of nibbling, but it's just not enough now. I'm feeling weak and weary. I don't want to start cramping. That's what I'm worried about, getting hot. Someone's going to get an afternoon thunder shower, but I don't think it's going to be me. Nevertheless, let's get back there. First marmot I've seen in a few years. Pretty small. And he's nervous. And I'm running low on battery power. I better go. That's the junction that I started my cross-country trek from. I'm back there now. I went through those trees over there. And I just returned on the real trail from the southeast corner of Lake Aloha. I am tired. I am hot. I'm weary. I'm really glad I got a nice camp all set up for me with a cool tent for napping in, but I gotta jump in the lake or something first. I just feel awful. I just downed most of the rest of my water just now. And some jerky and a little bit of chocolate for sugar rush. And I'm about to head up over that little hill and down to the Lake of the Woods. I'm tired. Bit off more than I could chew. It looks so easy when I'm at home thinking about, you know, planning out routes, but man, when I'm out here in the sun and altitude and such, eesh. Alright, back I go. Greetings. I am a weary hiker. Everything went pretty well though. I decided that it was time to turn around and go back just in the nick of time. I was pretty darn tired and weary when I got back here. But I'm learning my lessons. I chugged a whole bunch of water, and I went down and got myself cleaner than I've done in the wilderness in quite a while. I'm whipped. My tent is not in the shade. After all of that effort to make sure that I got a place with a shady afternoon campsite, I can't believe it. I mean, can you believe it? Look at all these trees. There are trees, and my tent is in the middle of them. I think in a couple hours or so it'll be shady again, but then it'll be like 5 o'clock. Anyway, successful mission. Met some fun people. Learned a thing or two about that area. Learned that I don't really like the camping at American Lake very much. A lot of small, very exposed campsites, but that one at the tiny lake just below American Lake is less exposed, and it's just gorgeous. That little pool is just amazing, with two creeks raging into the little lake. That would have helped serenade me last night. That's the last bit of sun going over the side of the mountain. It's about 6:30, 7 o'clock. I laid down in the tent for a while, and that was nice and cool. Not even close to sleeping though, but it was deeply relaxing, so that felt pretty good. The view from my campsite. Whatever thread of rain there was earlier today is completely gone now. A cloud in the sky. Air is much clearer today. A little bit of moon tonight. Might be a little bit of moonlight through the trees when it gets dark, but that won't be much. Last dusky look. You can really see the smoke, especially over here. It's just kind of billowing up. Well, not literally, but big cloud trying to make its way over the mountains. Big cloud of smoke. Good evening, campers. I am absolutely whipped. I'm so tired. I think I'm just going to pass out. God, I sure hope so. Good night. Well, you're probably thinking, this looks like a whole new man today. And I feel like a whole new man today. Oh, I slept really well. Well, I slept well. Woke up a couple of times, but I slept hard and deep several times. I was in the tent at around 11 and out after 8. So a lot of that time was sleeping. Felt so good. And I managed to fix my tent mattress slippage thing by putting a moistened towel under the tent and above the ground cloth and on the tent floor underneath the pad, and that helped a lot. That was really a bad setup spot there. I in my old age and with my eyes beginning to fail, I cannot spot level ground. I can't tell level ground anymore. I used to be able to. I had a roommate in college that could not hang a picture straight. And everybody laughed at him. But now I can't hang a picture straight either. I don't know what it is. This perception is off. But it's 10:30 or so. I don't know what time it is, but I've been up for a while. I've already had breakfast. I've already had 1 cup of coffee, and I'm just starting a second one. And I've already done my poop walk. I haven't done any camp breakdown, but that's okay. I need to be. I think the last shuttle or the last taxi pickup is at 4:30, but I'm going to try to be there at 4 just in case. That means I should leave here at 1:30. Plenty of time. So I'm going to take all of that time and have a good hike out. It's a great day. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's a few degrees cooler. It's breezy, occasionally windy. Nice hiking weather. And I only have to go to the top of that hill over there. The top of that hill over there. And then it's downhill the rest of the way. So it's going to be an easy day of hiking. It should be fun. There's a lot of people on the trail. I'll talk to a lot of people and compare notes. And I just saw a frog jump away when I was cleaning my spoon. Wildlife notation for the day. But last night I had my sleep at home experience. I had it was fairly warm, down to 50 probably, and I had the quilt wide open, and I was just like lying in my bed with a pillow and big pad and a nice blanket, and it felt really good, and I slept. Yay! So I'm gonna have a nice hike back. And I'll have a nice stay here first. I apologize for my just must be ridiculous babbling yesterday. I realized last night I was having a hard time putting sentences together. I was just shutting down. But I'm booting back up. What a cute little bird. Never seen this guy before. He's upside down. It's not me. That's an odd angle. I'm looking straight up, basically. Well, having a good packing up day. I'm just lounging around. I just finished a burst of activity. I'm halfway packed, probably a little more. It's approaching noon. Plan to leave at 1:30. And at the rate I'm going, it'll be on time and leisurely. A couple clouds coming over the horizon there. Not worried about that. It's just a spectacular day out here. Just a little haze from the smoke at this hour. I mean, you'll see it in the late afternoon. But it's clear and beautiful today, as far as I can see. It's just lovely, and the constant breeze is just magnificent. It makes the sun not so hot, because the sun just kills me. I guess that's part of being old and overweight. Working in the sun is murder. But I am feeling good right now. All the factors are in place. I have ingested enough food. I've kept myself hydrated the whole time I've been out here. I got enough sleep. Just one good night of sleep should be good enough. You get those three, you're pretty much set. And I've had all the exercise from the hike in and then the hiking around American Lake yesterday without pain. I mean, that's not really true. It hurt like hell when I got home, when I got back to camp yesterday, but that was mostly because of a lack of sleep. Lack of sleep, just you regenerate all the broken things when you're sleeping, and if you don't sleep, you don't get to regenerate those things. So, man, I was a wreck yesterday, but I'm feeling so strong today. I'm gonna power up and over that hill, and I'm just gonna have a great hike out. Oh, I'm really excited about this. Well, I'm all packed up. Well, almost all packed up. I'm currently in the process of trying to down a liter of water, and it's difficult for me. When I hiked out, I had downed a liter of smart water, which I think is even better. But after I finished it, I felt like there was a whole bunch of water sloshing around in my stomach, and it didn't feel very good. But it cleared up in 15 minutes or so while I was waiting for the water taxi. And the rest is history. I had a really good hike because I was really hydrated, among other things. And I'm going to be really hydrated today, damn it, on the way out, and it's going to be a really good hike, right? Great stay here, in spite of the fact that there was a whole bunch of people here. It was I had a mission here. The mission was to get my confidence back. I was a little shattered after the last trip, and I wanted to make sure that I can come out here and perform again. And I did, so I'm feeling good. And I'll certainly feel good when I get off the trail today. I'm sure of it. I'm just in a great mood right now, and all factors are in the right place. And I'm going to try to get out next Tuesday. That's like 5 days from now. And do it again. All right, signing off from Lake of the Woods. A crowded place, but a beautiful place. Oh, goodbye, gorgeous Lake of the Woods. The last time I took a shot from here, the lake looked much different. It was crazy hail and rain and all kinds of stuff. Just talked to a couple that was planning to hike around Waka Pyramid, Ropi Lake and all that, and getting lots of pointers on what I learned yesterday and the last time I was out here. So that was good. Helped them out a lot there. They have much less uncertainty now. Well, I left camp 15 minutes late or so. That's okay. It's amazing how I start breaking down camp and feel I'm doing really well. I take a big break, and then all of a sudden, it's time to go. Happened again. But felt just horrible after downing a full liter of water. But it's already been 10-15 minutes and it doesn't feel horrible anymore. So, great hike out of here. Isn't this a beautiful place? Indeed. Just got past the apex of the trail, past the junction, out of the hot, sweaty sun, uphill hiking, and into the lovely downhill, cool hiking. Standing, I just took a water break going beyond the crest, just went beyond the crest here and into the shadows, and I feel like I'm in an air conditioner right now. I feel like I'm standing in front of an air conditioner right now. Okay, some breezes just stopped, but man, it was cold. It felt so good. I'll be drying off. My sweat will be drying off pretty quick here, and I think I'll get stronger as I go here, because it's easy hiking, and I'm hydrated and got plenty of food to munch. I'll munch a little later. Feeling pretty good right now. Talked to a bunch of people on the way up. I love that part of hiking. Anyway, I gotta go. Waiting on the boat taxi. What's up, doggy? Back at the car, and as predicted, it was a wonderful hike out. I chatted with many people, had a lot of fun. I saw a couple take a shortcut right after the, this is a note to myself here, right after the apex of the Lake of the Woods trail, going down through Hypress Meadows. They took a right where there was no trail at all, right at, after we got down from the steep part and started going through the meadow. Really wanted to follow them, but I didn't want to freak them out, and I didn't want to get lost, because I assumed that they were going to go all the way down to Tamarack Lake, but they didn't. They somehow cut over towards the PCT, and at the first switchback above Tamarack Lake, there's this corner. It goes like this and starts switching back up. At that corner, that's where they rejoined the trail. And it's funny, they were 20 yards ahead of me when they took off on the trail, and when they rejoined the trail, they were still 20 yards ahead of me. That was weird. Headed back down to the valley. It's like 5 o'clock or so. Good timing. The trip went really well, and I gotta say that I was a little nervous when on night 2. I was feeling horrible. I was mentally unsound, and I was just wondering, what if I don't get any sleep tonight? What if I have 2 failed trips in a row? Is my backpacking career over? Is that possible? No! I took command of this trip, turned it around, and I'm awesome, damn it. I feel strong, feel really good, and lesson learned. From now on, I'm chugging a liter of water before I get on the trail. If it's a long hike and I'm taking a lunch break, or an hour-long break, a liter of water before you start up again. Liter of water whenever you put on your backpack and start. That's the new rule. That made such a difference. Such a difference. I still didn't drink that much on the way down. I didn't need to. I never feel that I need to. That's the problem. I put in more water than I needed when I began, and drank less than I needed as I went on. And the fact that I had filled the reservoir beforehand made it possible to slack off later on down the trail. Still learning. That's it. I'm headed home. Till next time, folks, and it's going to be soon. I'm telling you, it's going to be soon.